allegedly live. Cool. So, I've spent the last few days getting kind of, you know, kind of running low on ideas. So I was thinking that I'd find a nice space somewhere on this server that's not got too much stuff on it, which implies probably over here somewhere, and just build some stuff. Not going to show too much of the server just yet. We'll do a bit of a fly around when more people are about. If people turn up. If they don't turn up, then, well, I guess I'll do it anyway. Right. That's a road. That's a road. Over here. Is this a plot? Is this next to a plot? That is next to a plot. It's kind of inconvenient. There we go, this'll do. So, decoration blocks. I want to make one of these, but big. So it is 8 blocks across. Right, and it is 8 blocks tall. I'm going to set it very slightly into the ground. 4. So am I counting badly? I am counting badly. I'm probably going to backfill it with. Actually, no, I'm not going to backfill it. I'm going to leave it as a some dimensional shape. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. But yeah, I started a bit early as I was going to do some building on some of my train stuff I've been making. I've not got the printer running today. I'm just a little. I'm wanting a more chill day, and having it going brr in the background does get. I know it can bite on the nerves sometimes, so I'm leaving it for now. And yeah, if you were not realising yet, this is indeed creative mode. So that is 4 blocks high. So I need to go another 4 blocks high, or go a bit deeper into the ground. Kind of worried about breaking through. I could break through the back of that, to be honest. I'll just rebuild the land around it. So this is 4 high, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is actually going to be bigger than I always forget how big 8x8 actually is. Because that's like a medium-sized two-story building that I would, build for a villager. Now, I'm sure if I'd world edit, this would be much quicker, but I don't, so yeah. Oh well. I'm going to try and match the colour palette as best I can, because I could just build this in concrete, and it would look dull. I'm also tempted to make it a bit more hollow, but I don't know. I might get a little creative, because I want to try and keep the jawline visible. I guess we'll start with a white block, and then we can carve it like a pumpkin. So, white concrete. So it's got 4 across the jaw. And it's got a slightly paler grey. Let's just find all the white blocks, why not? Quartz, snow. Block of quartz that isn't smooth, apparently. Yeah, terracotta's not really white, so yeah. So actually that okay, so I can't have the block of quartz, it's got too much defined edges. Now the concrete I'll actually do for the paler, which comes out 4 blocks. Now I'm assuming it's symmetrical. That would make sense. Yep, it is hollow inside. So that's something to be considered. I'm actually going to stick that up in a tree. Why not? So it's very quiet, isn't it? I'm now going to need. I would do grey, but I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to use diorite on the back of the skull. And that then goes up 4 blocks at the back. It's got a darker layer at the bottom, but it still goes up 3. It's in a rock face. I'm not going to care that much. So then we've got the corners, then it dips down like so. That's 2 layers thick. It's quite a stark contrast, but I don't know. Is maybe a pale grey gonna work better? Palest grey I've got is the light grey. Alright. I'm currently use concrete powder because that'll just, you know, fall. I could use barrier blocks, I guess, but right, so that comes out 3 at the side. And 2. So 2, 2, 3 deep down again. So I'm going to go all the way up to the corner with concrete. And from the corner, so that's straight up from there. It's 2 and 2, I'm guessing. Yep, 2 and 2, and then it's 2 then 3 here. And then all the way across at there. That looks kind of weird. Oh well, let's make it symmetrical at least. I'm just thinking this would make a very esoteric house design. Oh, what kind of house do you have in Minecraft? I live in a skull! Yeah. Okay, so that's the back of the skull done. Now the top of the skull is going to be in smooth quartz, because that makes sense. Now it's going to be the entire top of the skull. Yeah, pretty much the entire top of the skull, alright. I have been meaning for some time now to do more CAD streams, and I will get around to them. I don't know, I've had a lot of very dull work to do with it recently, so I've not bothered to stream it because, hey, who wants to see that? No, it's like, watch as I do the same piece of work over and over again because the person I'm doing the work for is indecisive. And or has, you know, situational changes to what they want doing on a rather regular basis. I'd say, you know, they're the client, so I can't be particularly frustrated with it. It's more just when you think you're done, and then they're like, oh, could you change these things? And it's just like, oh, okay. Wasn't done then. Right, so I've got... Yeah, that's going to have to be concrete. That looks weird in... I'll keep the... Will I keep it? No. So, got that, and the eyes. And this is a kind of big forehead. Gonna make a giant skull. Gonna seal myself inside a giant skull. Right. I'm actually gonna make this solid and not hollow, cause I can. Bet you weren't expecting that, chat. No. I'm at least gonna fill it with dirt. Oh. I'm not actually going to fill it with dirt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the base it with quartz so it looks a bit tidier. And then I'm thinking... I do this occasionally. Soul lanterns. Nothing visible out the back. Cut down some of those trees. As tree capitator is in use in this server, which will hopefully be going live very soon. Try black stained glass, see how that looks. And it's still way too light inside. And now looks kind of like something from that game that does the did-it-it. I'm checking everyone what it's called. Is it Undertale? Kind of looks a bit like Sans. It's kind of missing something, isn't it? Okay, so that's the initial framing done. Now let's bury us a little at the corners. So it looks a little less big. Kind of like it's not really, kind of like it's you know, it's there obviously, but it's not very you know, it's not prominent. Just trying to get the landscape around it to look more natural. I should have picked a bigger hill and I could have obscured it better. So there is a link in the description to this server so that when it eventually goes live you'll be able to join on, should you so desire. That looks not terrible. I think it still needs something though. It kind of doesn't look right. Can I have grass down on there? No, I can't. Put some grass on the blocks around it when it's more complete. Snow might work. That's fine, I've got snow blocks. This might be a shorter stream than anticipated, at least on this subject. Did I lose internet? Let's just try and connect, I guess. Well, this isn't a good sign. Oh, connection timed out, and Popcraft appears to be down. Okay. Some kind of Minecraft server outage then. Oh, and it rolled it back a bit. Alright. Anyway, I was saying snowblocks. Snowblocks are actually one of the whitest blocks there are. That's probably to be, you know, expected. Not like thinking about it, but I don't know if that looks too busy now. Try and break up the symmetry a bit. Make the corners not match, that'll help. Now I could get really fancy and put a tree on the top of this and then have it growing, the tree growing through it, but might be a bit much. Right. Vines. I'll let them grow naturally for a little bit. Definitely needs a tree or something on top of there. I'm thinking a oak tree, and I'm going to keep knocking it over until I get a good one. Because that seems like a good use of our time. If the chat has any suggestions of things I could do instead, do let me know. Pretty sure block breaking is actually slower in creative than with high-end survival tools. Well, I'll find out. But yeah, no, lots to do on the design front. I've got a couple of vans to make. Those should be quite good. They're basically quite similar, so I might see if I can. Hey, that didn't take too long. If I can make any overlap in the parts. I don't think I can, as one of them is I think there's about 30 or 40 years between the two of them being produced, so there, you know, can be a bit of a variety. Flat surfaces are going to be tricky for... It kind of looks like it has odd hair now. Doop-a-doo. What the fuck up the work? I guess as much as it's going to look kind of silly. It's moss, guys. It's totally moss. This side's really plain. So what I can do is leaves. Leaves work. Again, it just kind of looks like weird hair now. Yeah, if people want to see me doing more CAD work, I'll try and get some done soon. But I've also got a load of regular work to be doing, and not much energy to do that. So, you know, gotta balance it. I can't be taking too much time when I should be doing work and can be doing work to be doing not work. Okay, so that's it. It's something. It's a little curiosity built into the landscape. My turn at this point is about all I can really do. So I'm just gonna coat this area in flowers and grass. It'll probably look really suspicious for all that, but there we go. So that's just a regular giant skull. I'm pretty sure it's actually a old Java thing. You used to get a giant zombie, and I think it was that proportion or half that size. I'm not too certain. I've only seen it in secondary things. Now, one thing that I want to work on is this bridge. It looks weird because it's very long at that end, but not at this end. Excuse me. And yeah, I should just trade out some of the other blocks in my inventory, but I'm being slow. Right, this block. Not perfect, but it looks... Also not super happy with the middle archway. I feel like that should have more of a step. Let's try that. It looks silly. That also looks silly. I think it's just gonna look silly. Or it should be a longer arch. I think it should be a longer arch. Oh well, let's put that back. Doop-a-doo. Not gonna lie, it's been a lot of my time the last few days. It's been going, does this look better or worse like this? It looks worse. Oh dear. See, originally, my plan was just to make all the paths in the northeast district. But no one else seemed too inclined to make any more paths, so I started making the ones in the northwest district. And then I was like, I'm really running out of things to do. I guess I'll make the paths in the south districts as well. So what I've ended up doing is making all of the paths. So, and that's, you know, I'm not complaining about this. It's just I hadn't expected that to happen type situation. But yeah, hopefully the server will go live soon, and then other people can come and look at it and tell me how bad of a job I did. I am stuck. There we go. That's one of the blocks I needed. Not actually the block I needed that occasion, but it's something. Bloop. Grab that one, so I actually needed 1, 2, 3, 4. Doop-a-doo. I learned today that one of my webcomics I follow is going to be ending in 2 chapters, and it's like, oh. Oh. Or at least it'll be taking a long hiatus. Let's hope it's only a long hiatus, because it's nice. It's got a well-built world, all that jazz. It's got a lot of stuff that, you know, could still happen in it, but the author is getting tired. And yeah, once that's happening, there's not really much longeviousness left. And you know, hey, it's their thing, you know. I just don't have to be happy about it. Right, there's some grass under there, that should help it. There you go. And that looks a little more natural. Well, not that it's natural at all, it's a bridge, but yeah. So I've not balanced that very well, have I? Alright. That one stays there. Oops. That's the wrong button. Still not very good at creative, I'm sure you can tell. My propensity to fall rapidly out of the sky is somewhat notable. Right. Let's now balance the symmetry as well in the up and down direction. Yeah, that's not so bad. I could fully build up the land here, but I don't need to, so I'm not going to. So yeah, I've been building a load of bridges because this part of the map is very soggy. I kind of want to do something better with this bridge, but I don't want to build all my bridges the same, and I've had to do so many. Because there's this weird looking one that's basically just a sand on a plank. Where's another bridge? A lot of the time I've just done stepping stones if the water's shallow. Because the main thing is I want to have it be navigable for boats. Because if you can row a boat all the way through, then, you know, good. That's good as far as I'm concerned. Was there a bridge? Where are the bridges around here? There's a very thick jungle that gets somewhat difficult to navigate, but hey, if you've got creative mode and you're going in a straight line, like a belligerently straight line, then cool. I'm gonna replant a tree there because that looks like a nice place to have a tree. Did some adjustment to this bridge so it looks more bridge-like and less like a plank. Because when you use World Edit for building large structures, you end up with lots of planks. Because, you know, you go road, flat, that way. And you just carve a groove through the ground. But, yeah. Oh, you may remember me building this on, I think, the last stream I did on here. It got reduced a bit because it was a 50 block maximum, not a 50 block minimum. So it's mostly made of the half frontage. So it's only the front half of the bastion element, and then for the most part without the top. So, oh, there's another bridge. Another nice simple one, just beams. I should probably put some lighting on the junctions of these just to make it tidier. And I want to clear out some of this tree coverage, because also it's really dark, and I have a solution to this. Because I'm sure you lovely people at home, or wherever you are right now, want to be able to see what I'm doing. Because when I can barely see, but I've just gotten used to working in the dark. Yeah, basically any suggestions I am willing to consider at this point, because I want to make it nice when people, you know, get to the server, but at the moment, no one's going to be coming to the server, so this is just a weird, like, ladder bridge, I guess. I'm kind of tempted to put, like, a support in the middle, but I was like, yeah, you know what, just flat plank bridge. There's one of the elements that had all of the, what's called, all the wall height, at least the top bit. It looks a little odd and out of place, but you know, it's nice that it got included. I should actually go and check if the bits I originally built are still there. This one here is literally just a log balanced across the water, because hey, I've built a load of bridges, and you know what? So I'm trying to clear out all the leaves, so that if you're looking at the maps, you can see all the roads, at least in some way or another. Is this going to make some trees look weird? Yeah, well, you know. Also, a bunch of these trees are the leftovers of other trees that just stuck to remaining trees. So yeah, nice boring bridge. This is still in the south. Whoop. So yeah, this is where several trees used to be, but I just kind of left bits over. Yeah, because the remaining leaves should still break. I'm just kind of like if you see next to like busy roads and whatever, there'll be leaves that'll, you know, be very, very flat on one edge where they've literally just carved through it with a hedge trimmer. I'm gonna leave the trees that just naturally trees for the most part. Oh yeah, this is a Wattles iron farm. It does work. It is just currently turned off. That's a message or a notification of some kind. I'll turn this on briefly because it does work. There we go, iron golem already. Can get stuck on the sides annoyingly, but give him a bit of a nudge. In theory this would use lava, but I couldn't place lava in spawn because I don't have the permissions for that. But the fires work. It takes a while and I feel bad. There you go, and that got us 5 iron. Nice. So this took a while to get, but this is a disarmed pillager. I basically fed him villagers until his crossbow broke. Not very ethical, but hey, it works. And I would have used a zombie, but zombies were not spawnable in town. Again, so, you know, solutions. This is the Grand Central Station, as it has become labelled. This has had quite a lot of work done to it. Just tidying up the vines. These birds are very loud today. Are these the... It's maybe some of the original ones still. No? There we go. A lot of them are labelled as pigeons. Because, you know, what do you have in a big train station? You have pigeons. They seem to cluster outside in large groups. No, there were some other ones, although they might just be around the spawn garden. Is this one? That's pigeon. I did have some variety of birds, but there's not very many birds. Yeah, try not to show off too much of the server, just sort of general overview of that spawn. It's about 1,000 blocks wide by 1,000 blocks deep. It's quite chunky. I have not built this, by the way. This is majoritively built by King Canuck and Scrump Monkey. And I believe Revenant did some of it. I'm not sure how much. I've not seen him on. This is the spawn area, though. I have had some influence into it, at least. Like, giving the big dev statue a straw hat. I added these little gardens here. I added the fancy gateways to all the roads. I added a baseball field because this area seemed kind of empty. I built these shops, although originally the shops were in the square. Never mind. So in the Gregs, you can come in here and get sausage rolls. Can't need them though in creative. I'm missing something off there. But yeah, they might need refilling occasionally, but I've got a bookshop which has actually been repurposed into an enchanting room. I made this little wishing well that Canuck has upgraded. You throw something into the wishing well and your wish is granted if your wish was for your item to get dumped in the lake. There's this nice church that I believe is one of Rev's. I think this is a variant of the one he built on the last server. It's had a bit of extras added to it. Started a bit of a cemetery but didn't really finish it because I didn't really know what to put in it. There is the PvP arena. It's a thing. I made a little cattle crusher. It's quite loud in here. This is the type where okay, I might need water for it to work. Never mind. Same with sheep. Same with cows. Same with chickens. Little builder's yard, because I have the builder tag, which is one of the reasons I'm on here already. So you can get building supplies. There's some roads, because my roads. One of the things I might end up doing, if no one has suggestions of what I could try and build, I will just build more roads, because it takes quite a while to build one like this. So this is this road in specific is Castle Boulevard, because, hey, there's a castle. The weirdly, like, shaved trees. Lots of them. I'll say, because this was... Okay. Just gonna go past the polar bears. Yeah, it's quite a dense road network. There's some very lazy bridges just because, you know, I thought I'd try something a bit more exciting or let other people do something exciting in some areas. It's also huge swathes of a map that are not habited. There's also villages and things. You know, there's some nice things. Yep. It's a really big design flaw of the map, where they just have the farm like that. Cause it's just like, hey, do you want to have it so every time you go to collect crops, you just jump in the crop? There's a very lazy bridge that leads up into the mountain. A very unfinished tunnel because, you know, again, I don't want to get everything done before the server opens, but if I can add some fancy dumb stuff, then hey, I'll add some fancy dumb stuff. And try and clear out some of the dead trees. And we're back to this bridge. So, I guess I could try and do a tour of the various bridges I've made. That might be interesting. Get my bucket of water. That's kind of too long away. The big tree. I guess as I'm passing, I've been working on this justice center. I keep thinking I can make it taller, but I don't want it to be too empty inside, and it's already kind of empty. I've got a room I'm setting up for a police brutality seminar. Take of it what you will in which direction. Is this a seagull? It's a pigeon. Let me just check the map. I'll see where I put the... It's over here. In case you're wondering, the weird little beacon posts on the map are... well, they're beacons. Because when you're putting out all the streets, sometimes the terrain just won't let you make the path to it. So it's easier to, you know, sometimes just, yeah, words. Put out beacons so you know which plots are connected. Probably look more majestic during the day, but this is one of the better bridges I built at the time. It is a basalt and blackstone bridge. It's quite chunky, however it will require this plot to be opened up. Oh, excuse me. You'd think I barely slept. You would be correct. This is Waterfall Lane, because there's a waterfall. And this is where I'm hoping to build my house. Aww. This is where I was hoping to build my house. However, that has been removed as a outline. Oh well. Let's try and fix this cliff, because it looks weird. Yeah, the bees are still there. Oh yeah, I don't get to pick somewhere ahead of time. I don't pick it, I just kind of called dibs and then sketched a thing out on the floor. But hey ho. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of things to do. I built a giant skull, I guess. Yeah. Just clean my inventory out. Well, I think, as no one has any ideas particularly, I will go and do something productive on my single player world. But I'm going to end the stream there, and I will potentially restart it in a little while. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Yeah.